now coming to the ring is Aurora, Colorado's Will Hinton, making his professional debut here at the Graystone Castle in nearby Thornton, Colorado. So Will Hinton will definitely be the hometown fighter in this one. His opponent, William Campudoni, who you see there out of El Paso, Texas. Campudoni has 9 professional fights. We have him listed at 3 and 6. The ring announcer was telling me they have him at 4 and 4. I don't know. We'd have to go to our Fight Facts books and figure that one out. But he certainly has the experience edge over Will Hinton. But Will Hinton, a big punching heavyweight that his manager, who you see there with the gentleman with the white hair, that's Tom Quinn, pretty high on this guy. And he thinks he can really make a mark in the heavyweight division. But tough way to start. This Campudoni's a heavy-handed fighter himself, and he has plenty of experience. Let's go up to the ring announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next bout of the evening. This bout is scheduled for 4 rounds of boxing. Introducing first in the blue corner, this young man hails from El Paso, Texas. He weighs in at 210 pounds. He has a professional record of 4 wins, 4 losses. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome William the Gladiator Campudoni. William Campudoni. His opponent hails from Aurora, Colorado. He is making his professional debut this evening. He weighed in at 234 pounds. He is wearing the red trunks with white stripes. Please welcome Will Hinton. Will Hinton. By way of explanation, ladies and gentlemen, while the referee is giving the boxers their instructions, our bouts this evening are to be judged with a 10-point must system. That simply means that the winner of a particular round will be given 10 points, the loser 9 or less. The 3 knockdown rule has been waived. The referee does have the option of getting the standing 8 count, and our boxers cannot be saved by the bell in any round.
Okay, so all of that out of the way, we're ready to get started here. Round 1 about to start. Heavyweight division. Will Hinton, the local fighter. Oh, and these guys come out and get to work quick here. Campudoni just charging in on Will Hinton, and Hinton just throws a few shots and then ties him up. Will Hinton with the white trim. Both guys wearing red trunks. Hinton with the white trim. Oh, and the Gladiator goes down. Let's see if the referee's going to count that as a knockdown. Looked like he might have been pushed, but it will be a knockdown. So William the Gladiator Campudoni with the black trim going down in that exchange. And we're off to a quick start here. Campudoni with an announced record of 4 and 4. We have him at 3 and 6, but either way, he's got a few pro fights under his belt. And Will Hinton making his professional debut here. Talking before the fight with Hinton's manager, trainer, Tom Quinn. And he's pretty excited about this guy. He thinks he can really do something. Right now, these guys are getting chewing out by the referee. And Hinton now gets back to work and starts working with that jab. And as Campudoni starts to circle a little bit to the left there. We saw William Campudoni in his, I believe it was his 2nd professional fight down at Sunland Park, New Mexico. And he defeated Jose Cruz in that one. Pretty nice performance. There's a right hand now that lands from Campudoni. You got to watch him. This guy's got heavy hands. We have not seen Will Hinton in action before, but from everything I've heard, he's a guy that can also do some damage. William the Hammer is his nickname, William the Hammer Hinton. So 2 heavy-handed fighters here, off to a pretty quick start here. Glad you can join us tonight here on the 8-Count Boxing Hour. Professional boxing coming to you from the Graystone Castle in Thornton, Colorado. And I am really glad that you guys are tuning in tonight here. So things got off to a quick start. The pace slowing down just a bit here in the opening round. You saw Campudoni try to land that left hand in there. The fight we saw him against Jose Cruz, he had a really powerful jab that was snapping the head of his opponent back. We'll see if he can get that untracked here against Will Hinton. But Hinton, certainly a different opponent tonight, posing much more of a threat to Campudoni. The Gladiator, William Campudoni out of El Paso, Texas. He throws a big right hand, and that kind of sent a message to Hinton to watch out. You saw Hinton kind of stumble on that one. I don't think he was hurt. I think he was more off balance, but either of these guys can land a bomb at any time. Will Hinton coming in at 234 pounds tonight. So pretty good sized heavyweight here. There you see Campudoni now trying to kind of bob and weave a little bit and work his way inside. And now he goes to work with a few body shots. Hinton trying to chop with that right hand, and that will end round one. So we look into the corner of Will Hinton. That's Tom Quinn, his trainer, right in front of him. On the outside there, a very hot lightweight prospect out of Aurora, Colorado, and that's Frank Pena, stablemate of Will Hinton. Pena's a guy who people are really talking about. There's a lot of buzz about this kid. He can really fight. An outstanding amateur, and he's a guy to watch. As we look into the corner now of William Campudoni, and that's Ariel Conde working his corner as chief trainer. So Campudoni got put down in that first round. Looked more like a balanced shot to me, but the referee's closer than we are here at ringside. And the referee ruled it a knockdown, so that will go in the books as a knockdown here in Will Hinton's opening round as a professional. And round two is underway. Now you see Campudoni trying to work with his jab. Hinton kind of leaning back and trying and throwing a counter shot. And Hinton now throwing some bomb. Both of these guys throwing some heavy shots here as they tie up. And a warning goes to Campudoni for the head. Real nice venue here at the Graystone Castle. You can see that little section up above looking down. Kind of reminds us of the Blue Horizon, kind of a mini version. Oh, and there's a left hand that lands from Campudoni now. So Will Hinton's going to have to watch himself. We knew going in Campudoni does have some pretty heavy hands. And if he could just stay a little busier, his boxing style is more of kind of a counter-punching style. Hinton also. And either of these guys could just open things up here and start to take control. It seems that way. But of course they're both cautious as the guy standing across from them has some pretty good power. Both guys wearing red trunks. Will Hinton with a white trim and Campudoni with a black trim. There you see Hinton trying to pop that jab out there. Neither guy doing a whole lot. There's Hinton now coming back with a right hand. If either guy could just get a little busier and sustain that action, he could steal these rounds. It's only a 4-rounder here. The crowd having fun here. Of course, things always seem to, the crowd seems to kind of focus in a little more when the heavyweights step into the ring, knowing that at any time, this one could end. Oh, and Hinton tries that uppercut, comes up just a hair short. Campudoni now coming in with his jab, trying to stay close to Hinton. You can see him with the hands-high defense, trying to find a way inside, but he needs to open up and let his hands go when he gets there. Will Hinton just kind of stepping back a little bit now, half stepping back and trying to stick that jab, catching Campudoni coming in. There you see Hinton reach with a jab. Kind of a tough professional debut for Will Hinton here. Campudoni is no slouch. But Hinton's telling us that he was up for the challenge, and his trainer, Bill Quinn, really thinks he's ready to go. There you saw Campudoni now with a combination, and Hinton very smartly ties him up, kind of resets things. Will Hinton, you'll notice, has that knee brace on his right leg. And they didn't want to say too much about that. I wasn't sure if there was an injury or if it's just something that, a congenital thing, I don't know. And they didn't want to share too much about it. So that ends round 2. Halfway through this. So we're just about ready now for round 3 here. Professional boxing coming to you from the Graystone Castle here in Thornton, Colorado. Dan Cisneros at ringside. And you're watching the 8-Count Boxing Hour on Community Cable Channel 27 back in Albuquerque. And just so glad that you joined us tonight for this heavyweight encounter. The professional debut of William the Hammer Hinton. Of course, Colorado has another heavyweight they're kind of high on. Irish Mike Conley, still undefeated. So Tom Quinn with a couple of pretty decent looking heavyweights here, and we'll see who can do what. But there you saw Campudoni miss with a shot, and Hinton made him pay. And the crowd comes alive with that one. Nice exchange there by Will Hinton. When Campudoni missed, Hinton caught him and rocked his world. And you can see William Campudoni a little hesitant to just charge in on Will Hinton. Now Hinton gets a warning for pushing with the shoulder, kind of a shoulder block there. Oh, and there's a nice little quick jab, uppercut, kind of caught. Oh, and there's a right hand that rocks Hinton. Will Hinton gets caught now, and he's kind of standing back and saying, wait a minute. Both of these guys, as we were telling you, with heavy hands. And now you see William Campudoni come in there, and he misses with a shot and comes back with an uppercut. And then the two tying up. Both of these guys starting to get a little bit tired here. A couple of muscular guys, and all that heavy muscle. Hard to keep oxygen going to those muscles. These guys are starting to slow down just a hair. You can tell the difference from that opening round. Oh, and there's Campudoni now loading up with that right hand. And Hinton standing back and pecking back with the jab. The crowd behind Will Hinton here getting a little quiet. They're getting a little concerned as Campudoni's been coming on. Hinton starting to slow down just a bit. You can feel the difference. You can see it. Oh, and he jumps in with that uppercut and catches Campudoni. And now Hinton opens up a little bit and comes forward with some right hands. Again, trying that uppercut. It's been gold for him. He's landed that solid uppercut a few times. There you see Campudoni now trying to start things with a jab, and Hinton, he's hooked on that uppercut. Oh, and now Campudoni grazing Hinton as he bends down to get out of the way of that shot. Looks like Will Hinton's kind of fallen in love with that uppercut. It's landed, why not? But he's got to watch out for the counter shots coming back. Throwing that uppercut from too far out at the wrong time could cost him. The Gladiator, William Campudoni. Battle of Williams here. Will Campudoni and Will Hinton. So that ends this third round, and it was a good one. Lots of action to choose from there. Both guys had their moments. So we're looking into the corner of William the Gladiator Campudoni. 1 round to go in this four-rounder. He started to come on a little bit in that third round. He got caught, but he landed his share of damage. And you can see Ariel Conde trying to get him going, trying to pump him up as we look into the corner of Will Hinton. Hinton starting to show a little bit of a signs of fatigue, slowing down just a hair. And Tom Quinn trying to give him some good advice to get him through this 4th and final round of his professional debut. So the whistle for seconds out. We're ready to go with round 4 here on the 8-Count Boxing Hour. And the referee calls for both of these guys to touch him up, and here we go, round 4. 3 minutes to settle this one. Campudoni was down in round 1, kind of a flash knockdown, looked like a push, but it was ruled a knockdown. And since then, it's been a pretty even match. Going to be interesting if this one makes it through to the final bell. See how the judges come up with the scoring in this one. And there you see Campudoni again trying that right hand. He knows if he can just land that solid right hand, he could change things here, especially with Hinton starting to tire out a little bit. But Will Hinton doing a good job of keeping his hands up and putting on, you see him there just kind of bullying his way in and working to the body. Enough offense just to keep Campudoni honest. There you see Hinton trying to work with that jab now. Oh, he's thinking about that right hand, but it just wasn't there. So Will Hinton now up on his toes a little bit. Look at him coming to life here. Trying to keep that jab going. That might be what his trainer was telling him in the corner there. Just work with that jab and control the round and get through this. Hinton, a very powerful heavyweight, no doubt about it. Guy's strong. Campudoni's no slouch. He's pretty strong himself. And again, Hinton trying to work with that jab. The pace has really slowed down here in this one. Got off to a quick start, then things just started to slow down. But it's kind of slow motion power here, though. Both guys, there's that uppercut. Will Hinton's been pretty successful with that shot. He has not been made to pay for throwing it from so far out. So he seems to feel pretty safe in throwing it. And you can see the fatigue settling in on both of these guys. Again, Hinton tries to throw that uppercut from way outside. Campudoni just not fresh enough to capitalize on that. There again, you see Hinton pecking away with a jab. Now both guys just kind of tying up. The clock is running down on this one. Only a 4-rounder here, this heavyweight encounter. And now you see Hinton trying to move his hands, just keeping his hands moving enough to score, possibly take this round. Campudoni just kind of walking in, and that'll do it. So they make it through all 4 rounds. You can see Will Hinton is really gasping here. He's learned a lot here in his professional debut, but he got through it. And now it'll be in the hands of the 3 judges here at the Graystone Castle. And the crowd was treated to a pretty entertaining bout. And Will Hinton really, you can see it really took a lot to get through it. But he had his moments and landed some pretty nice uppercuts, a couple of big shots in there. And the judges will have to sort out who did what in what rounds. But that knockdown in the opening round should really help him in the scoring here. And I got a feeling that Will Hinton might get the nod here at home. Not that he didn't deserve it, but I'm just saying the crowd is certainly behind Will Hinton. Keeping him going, pumping him up, and roaring with every big shot he would land. Campudoni had his moments though, landed some nice shots himself. This is going to be interesting as we go up to wait for the ring announcer to get the decision on this one, and I think he's just about ready to go here. There you look at the crowd here at the Graystone Castle. Packed house. And everybody having a good time here. Professional boxing coming to you from Aurora, Colorado, or excuse me, Thornton, Colorado. And we're just about ready to get the decision of the 3 judges in this 4-round heavyweight bout. Will Hinton in his professional debut. Let's go up to the ring announcer and see who won this one.
Judge Ron Montour scores the bout 38-38. Judge Ed Walsh scores the bout 39-36. Judge John Uleberry scores the bout 40-35 for the winner by split decision, Will Hinton. Will Hinton.
Okay, so Will Hinton wins he said a split decision, but this is actually a majority decision. One judge having it even and the other two in favor of the winner tonight, Will Hinton from Aurora, Colorado. Thanks for joining us tonight here on another 8 Count Boxing Hour.